Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to another episode. I'm the Friendly Investor, your favorite investor channel, and have I got a stock for you? Today we're going to be looking at MGC Pharmaceuticals. They're an Australian-backed company. They're also in the European pharmacy industry. They're the first cannabis stock to be listed on the London Stock Exchange. Currently hovering at around 5.5, but have had a high of about 5.70, which is really exciting. But I just want to talk before we look into their financials and their balance sheet. But I really want to look at the industry and where it's going to be going in the next couple of years, and just what this means for the company and how exciting this is to have a kind of a medical pharmacy using cannabis on the London Stock Exchange. So their medical cannabis firm MGC Pharmaceuticals has announced plans to float on the main market of the London Stock Exchange. They are still on the Australian Stock Exchange. This came from the ruling in September 2020 by the FCA Financial Conduct Authority that allowed medical cannabis companies to list on the main market of the London Stock Exchange. Brilliant. Their co-founder and managing director, Roby Zomba, said our listing is the accumulation of the last 6 years of hard work. So they're founded in 2005, so they have been around for a while, but they've slow progress. Their market cap is something about 107 million at the moment. So it is very tidy stuff. And now let's just look at this. So yeah, they announced it completes a 6.5 million capital raise as it becomes the first cannabis sector to float on London's Stock Exchange. That is really exciting. And if we look at the cannabis sector and where it's going, we can see that at the moment, you may be looking at this numbers thinking 87,000. No, it's the industry from 2009 to 2024. So in the next couple of years, we're currently coming at around a market cap of the UK medical cannabis industry, which bear in mind is 87 million. Now their market cap is 107 million, so it shows that they're one of the players in this industry for the UK, which is really exciting. And it's still quite a new medical one, because the medical industry they specialize in is neurology, going into Alzheimer's patients, and to improve dementia and Alzheimer's diseases for patient quality of life. I think that's really exciting. I think it's a great area to go into as well, because obviously the destructiveness that these two diseases can cause, and if there's some sort of way to relieve that stress or the pain that they go through whilst they're experiencing it, that is just a plus. And I can see this company really thriving, especially if we look at this chart growth of the expected forecast throughout the next 4 years. We can see that in 2022 it's 269 million, and then it's 749 million, and then it's 1.2 billion. That's really exciting for the UK, and that's for the medical cannabis market revenue. Sorry, so not the market size, but the revenue, which is still really exciting. And I think that a company, if they manage to get a small slice of this over the next couple of years, which I think they will be able to, we're going to see this company shine, especially into what they're going to and what they're using their medical research for. And then let's look at their balance sheet. This is in thousands for anyone who doesn't know how to read balance sheet. So when you see 1,873, for example, just add 3 zeros at the end and bang, there you go. So if we look at it from 2017 to where they are now, we see that in 2017 they had 11,364 on cash equivalents. Their total cash was 11,364. That was total cash they had on hand. They then it slowly decreased. Is that a good sign? Not ideally. You kind of want to see the total cash increase over time, but that's fine. They're still a relatively new company, and bearing in mind the medical practice and use of cannabis is pretty much is very rare, but now it's going more and more common, so I can see this picking up. But the one thing I do want to look at is their income and their net profit. Their net income, which is really exciting. This is the one which you want to look at. So in 2018 they had 296,000, increasing to 656,000, increasing to 2 million in 2020, and today it's 553,000. But bear in mind, this is due to COVID and other unfortunate the pandemic, which you can't really predict. However, I reckon in the earnings in the next their annual earnings in the next 4 months, we can really see. I'm expecting to see some big numbers, maybe close to 1 million in revenue. But the year after that, 2022, is the one which you really want to look out for. And I reckon once the economy starts to pick up again and the practice and the increase in medical use of cannabis, that we're going to see this company really hit maybe 4 or 5 million, but it's just unexpected. But I'm expecting this company to really grow over the next couple of years. And the other thing that I want to look at, which isn't too great, is their net income. That was their total revenue, but let's look at their net income. So it's minus 8 million. It's actually, I take that back, it's actually something you want to be looking at, which is really interesting. So in 2018, their net income was minus 8 million. Then it was minus 2 million. Then minus 19 million. So you're thinking, oh wow, it's gone down and back up again. But then we can see it's only minus 599,000. And that is really, really positive stuff, to especially in these times with coronavirus going on. That's quite hard to do. Now let's look onto their charts and what's the market saying today and what to expect for the next couple of weeks and months. Bearing that it is a relatively new stock, it's hovering at around 530. See that it's had a 10% increase today. That is really positive. Bear in mind it's only been on the market since the beginning of February, so it's still quite a positive stock. And see the market cap's 130 million. Volume of shares 27 million. You don't really need to look at that bit. And it opened at 525, so it's really good. I can see that what they're doing right now is really good. However, my predictions for the next coming months is that due to it being relatively new and a small market cap, I can see it's being really heavily traded, which means it's extremely volatile. And the news that come out is going to shake this stock massively. How to play it, I would say keep your eyes on the financials. Make sure that all the news coming out is somewhat positive, and any negative news, just be prepared to sell, as it can shake this stock. But when you see 10 to 20% jumps daily, it's probably from people trading, as it's not the largest stock in the world. So when people put in 50k or 100k for a quick trade, it's going to show, and you'll probably shock that price by a couple percent. But overall, it is a great stock and one to look out for, especially with the medical cannabis market being more and more relevant in today's world. It's being more and more practiced throughout the industry and the global industry as well. So maybe they could target the UK and the European industry, but I think once they get their hand on the UK, look to the closer neighbours around the UK into the European countries. So I can really think this company can shine. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bear in mind, this is not financial advice, it's entertainment purposes only. Let me know what you think of MGC Pharmaceuticals, as there's not much information about it at the moment, but I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. It seems like a really interesting stock, so I will keep my eye on it. I'm not going to be buying in at the moment, but I do plan on getting involved at some point once a bit more news comes out. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye-bye.